A lot of women struggle with men because they're off-putting, and I'm about to give you an example, don't worry.
I do get asked for dates, but I'm never interested in those dates. And the guys whom I'm interested in, they are never interested in me. I'm their bro-friend, but I'm not their girlfriend.
Sorry, did you tell me your name?
Yeah.
What was your name?
You forgot?
Like, boom, right out of the gate here. And I'll be honest, I have the exact same issue at times. I'm a pretty witty person. I don't pass up many opportunities to make jokes, and I often want to get closer to people by joking at their expense. But sometimes when you don't execute it well, it can just turn plain aggressive like what she just did. But watch what he tries to do next.
Maybe we should go for a beer and talk about it.
Don't you dare call me bro! I break your head, I promise.
Have you finished berating me in public?
No, I mean, like, I'm really here for the question of attraction because it never lasts.
It's hard because I don't even think she really recognizes what she's doing here.
Well, I was just flirting with you and you shouted at me.
You forgot my name. I'm not interested suddenly.
And she's immediately trying to shut it down, probably because she can tell that it's not going exactly the way she'd like it to be, so she's trying to regain this element of control by trying to shut it down.
Why did you use that opportunity to get angry with me?
I'm not angry with you. I'm letting you know.
We could have had such a little fun flirt right now. If you had just said, you don't remember, and you said, I'm going to tell you, but you better make that up to me. All right, now we have tension.
I know the video calls it masculine energy. I know that sounds like really woo-woo, but I don't really have a better word for it. Whatever you want to call it, that aggression, that guardedness makes it really hard to talk to guys. And yeah, part of it is because it's not very sweet or feminine or attractive, but the other part is that you would just never treat anyone else that way. If that interaction had happened with a prospective friend, you would be polite and share your name again, not shut the whole thing down. Dating is an effort of trying to see if you like someone and seeing if they like you, but that's really hard to do when you're making yourself unlikable.
The bar is so low that women are like, he listened to me. Isn't that great? They brag. We brag about them listening.
The bar is so low for women that we hear men literally brag that she didn't use that against me in an argument when I was vulnerable with her. Oh, she was nice to me today. She apologized first. Wait, never mind. I don't think a man has ever heard that before. She communicated first without expecting me to read her mind. She let me finish a sentence without interrupting me. She admitted she was wrong. She planned a date. She was genuinely happy about splitting the bill. She didn't test me to see how much I care. She didn't threaten to leave me in an argument. She let me hang out with my friends. She didn't get mad because I picked myself up a hamburger on the way home. She didn't treat me like a walking ATM. She didn't weaponize or affection. She respected my boundaries. She didn't flirt with other guys to make me jealous. Why men feel intimidated by strong women? Men are not intimidated by strong women. They're actually intimidated by nothing, really. But what they do avoid is women that confuse strength with arrogance, chaos, entitlement, unrealistic expectations, disrespect. And when women say men can't handle strong women, it's a shield against how their behavior comes across. Men don't back off because a woman is strong. Men just aren't afraid of strength. They're afraid of their energy being drained. Men actually do want a strong woman. He wants a woman that's stable, self-aware, responsible, emotionally regulated, genuinely confident, supportive, and overall grounded as a person. Man will look at a woman like that and be like, she is attractive as hell. What men do avoid, though, is the constant conflict, proving the defensiveness when he brings up something bothering him, the constant competition. No, he does not want to compete with you unless it's Mario Kart. Then by all means. The constant emotional volatility. He doesn't want that. He wants peace, especially when he gets off work. Men just don't avoid strong women. They avoid those high maintenance personalities where they pretend they're strong, but they're not. Oh, men don't like it when you have a career, ambition, or money. Men respect that. A lot of men want that. But it's the need to dominate every conversation, every decision, and every moment. That's what pushes men away, not the fact that you have a career. Some women use their strength as an excuse to be hostile in their communication. They don't want you to be sarcastic with them 24/7 or condescending. They don't like the I don't need anybody energy when really everybody needs somebody sometimes, and it's okay to admit that. There's a huge difference between being hostile and genuinely confident. Also, men don't fear independence. They fear being unneeded, unnecessary to your life. Yeah, they want to matter. It's not much of an ask. You don't need to walk around bragging 24/7 about how you don't need a man. If you genuinely don't, he knows. If you treat every time that you need him for something as a weakness, he's gonna have a problem with that. Or when you refuse to be vulnerable, or when you think asking for help means you're losing power, of course he wants to help you. He loves you. He wants to be in a relationship with you. Unless you're one of those hostile women, and then no, he doesn't. Men don't want to be needed like a parent. They want to be valued as a partner. But when your entire identity is built upon proving that you don't need anyone, that's when a man hears you loud and clear and he steps back. And he's not intimidated by you, he's just not interested.
Ladies, can one of you please explain to me why you as a woman and why all women want to be dominated by a man, but at the same time you refuse to submit to one, and you refuse to listen to one, and you refuse to obey one? Doesn't make any sense, does it?
Why don't men my age like me? If a man shows interest in me, the age difference is usually about 20 years. I don't understand why. I was out with my friend last night at a club, and we were sitting in this little booth area, and this middle-aged man comes on in and is like, these boots are sexy. I'm wearing my knee-high Converse. And I'm like, thanks. And then he keeps saying it. And he high-fives me. I was like, okay, he left. But he goes to a booth directly across from us. And I asked Josh to get me a shot. Big mistake. Because as soon as Josh leaves, here comes middle-aged man. Coming in hot. He sits next to me. He's massive, so it's pretty terrifying. Puts his arm around me and is just telling me about how hot and sexy I am. And I'm like, thanks, guy. Okay, cool. Zerk! Then he just openly admits that, waiting for my wife in the bathroom. Okay. Oh, okay, I'm gonna go through the lesbian route. Bad mistake. I went, oh, do you think she would like me? And he goes, oh, we would show you the time of your life. Look, I get it. That was a bad decision. I should have just told him to F off, but I'm a wuss, and I was trying to be creative. Didn't work. Ended up leaving, thank God, after he touches me, and he proceeds to call me sexy a few more times. But then we go to another bar, and there's this really cute guy who's my age. And I go up to him, because he's about to leave. I, actually bumped into him a bunch of times, and I was like, I'm so sorry. He's like, it's okay. And I'm like, oh. He has cute glasses, so I compliment his glasses. And then he's about to leave, and I run up to him, I'm like, hey, you're really cute. Can I have your Instagram or something? And as I'm doing this, I'm yelling in his ear, because it is very loud in the room. I get lip gloss all over his ear. I practically make out with his ear. I didn't mean to, but I did. But he gives me his Instagram, and we hug. It's a terrible hug. Terrible. But it's okay. Because I'm hopeful. I text him, 30 minutes later, I'm like, hey, I'm sorry I got lip gloss all over your ear. It's strawberry flavored, if that helps. Haha, trying to be funny. He leaves me unseen. So I shoot him another message this morning. I'm like, hey, totally okay if you just gave me your Instagram in a drunken haze, but I genuinely think you're really cute. And would love to get lunch sometime. And I'm like, let's check something. I go to his following. He unfollowed me. I think I'm a catch. You know? I really do. And I looked really good last night. Just don't understand. I don't get it. I tried really hard. Alright, that's it. Bye.
You know, he shouldn't have done that. But why do y'all think that y'all have to come up with quote-unquote creative ways to get out of situations? Just read the situation like y'all say that y'all are good at doing and say what you need to say to get the man out of your face. And no, I'm not talking about being disrespectful. I'm talking about just be straightforward.
I'm going to be honest with y'all. I was not raised to be a good partner. And we have to hold my mother and my father accountable. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Growing up, I was always told that I was going to get a whole bunch of from mama, auntie, mommy, friend. Oh yeah, he's so cute. Oh, he got the good hair. Oh, he going to be getting all the girlies. Oh, you're going to have to get him off. Oh, you better make sure you teach him about condoms. That's the only conversation that was
that's all you was hearing.
That was all I was hearing.
So that boosts your confidence too.
But in the wrong way.
Right.
It taught me how to be strong in a way that didn't matter or didn't bring value to my life.
Correct.
I was raised in a way to manipulate women, not give about women. Once I'm an adult, I keep hearing, oh, damn, you don't got no respect for women. Oh, you don't got this and you don't got that. And it's not all their fault. It's some of my fault because at some point I acknowledged it, right?
Yeah.
But I can't ignore or avoid the fact that I had no remorse, no feelings, didn't care about how I made someone feel. And I thought that was the right thing.
You know, God established that it says very clearly that Adam was made first, that Eve was created for the man, that we were created for Adam. That's in the Bible. That's in the New Testament. So he was created first. We were created for the man. And then you even see the hierarchy in the minute they fall into sin. Who does God call out to? It says, he says to Adam, where are you? Why? Hierarchy. This is all, before the fall, we see hierarchy. And what the feminist movement, right from the beginning, was about taking God's beautiful structure and design. He created us so intricately different, but so compatible, right? This is the idea of is a connector. He made us so different, but perfectly compatible. It's like opposite, but that which corresponds to. That was the word for suitable helper. We are opposite. We're standing so different, but so perfectly compatible. He made male and female different. Feminism from the right beginning was basically a rebellion against God's created order. And it's to see that God's created order, that's not beautiful, that's actually oppression, and it's a way to oppress women. And I believe what feminism is doing is it's doing exactly what the serpent did right there in the beginning with Eve in the garden. He comes to a woman who is free. He comes to a woman who has perfect communion and relationship with God and who has an incredible marriage. And he convinces her that you're not free. You're actually in slavery. You're in bondage. He says that God is trying to control you. God doesn't want you to, have knowledge like him. And I believe the serpent is doing that. But this is the catch. She was free. He convinces her, no, you're actually in bondage, only to enslave her. Mm-hmm. And that's what feminism is doing today. The enemy comes to us women and says that, oh, being a helper, that's enslavement. Being a wife, being a mother, that's bondage. That's exactly what the early feminists said. John Stuart Mill, he said that there is no known slavery in the modern society other than the mistress of every home. So the early feminists painted out being a wife, being a mother, that's slavery, it's bondage. Having children, that's a burden. And that's why it's given birth into abortion today, because having children, that's not a gift from the Lord, that's not a blessing, that's a burden and a curse upon us. And he does that to enslave us. Because when we operate in our God-given role as a helper, in submission to our husbands, not as something that is dictating our value. This was never about value. It's very clear that we're both made in the image of God. This was never about value. This was about order. And when we operate in that, that's actually where we find freedom.
When black women say that black men hate us, I cackle and I take off the S because bitch, they hate you.
Need help, need help. Give us your hands, now. Don't touch him. Do not touch anything. I'm not.
Don't say that. And this is what we call consequences for being an absolute idiot. A knee to the face and to the groin. Stop acting stupid. And this is what we call accountability. For all of the women saying men don't check other men and men don't respond. I get what you're saying in the context of relationships. But men are pretty consistent across the board in everything. You can guarantee that when a man acts silly like this in one area, he'll get held accountable in that area and across all areas. Period. End of story. I have no sympathy for this man.
A woman's worth is not dependent on the fact that she has kids. I had somebody inbox me yesterday telling me that because I have 4 kids, that my standards shouldn't be so high. Matter of fact, my standards are high because of my children. because I want them to understand what self-love is. I want them to understand when to walk away from a toxic situation that is no longer good for them. So you're counting women out because they have children, but you clearly weren't raised right.
Long story short, my husband cleans the coffee machine. I make the coffee. And recently, I just decided to start cleaning the coffee machine. And as I'm cleaning the coffee machine week after week, I'm starting to get frustrated. And I passively aggressive made a comment to my husband saying like, why aren't you cleaning the coffee machine, basically? And he's like, well, you've been cleaning it. And I created a whole story around my husband and me not feeling appreciated because I make the coffee and he's not cleaning it, but I've been the one cleaning it. So real life things that happen, that we create stories sometimes over things that aren't even happening, and then we wonder why, and it had nothing to do with me not being appreciated. I just was cleaning it, and now I clean it and I don't care.
Do men need women?
Of course. Definitely do.
Yes, we do.
Yes, all men need women.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. We do, but we don't. We can make it without them, but we need them though. Men do need women. They make everything make sense.
Yeah. They need women because women got all the power.
I can't be on an earth full of...
Especially the power between their legs. Do women need men?
No. If it's for a tire or something, yes. Besides that, no.
Oh, how I love my black queens, man.
I'm not going to hold you, dog. These are not truly busy. Don't believe these. They don't have a packed schedule. They spend most of their time looking for their phone and redoing their clean laundry because a dirty shirt got mixed in. These are not living life to the full. They're not busy, bro. These are taking 52-minute urines, bro. They're sitting on the toilet. These are depressed. They're lazy. These are sleeping through life, dog. You're the best thing that ever happened to this, bro. Don't believe the hype. This bought a Peloton, stop going to the gym, and never use the Peloton, man. Come on. This ain't been busy since she dropped out of nursing school, bro. This spent 33 minutes looking up Ulta coupon codes that don't even exist. Tried to freeze a wart off with an ice cube for like 2 hours. Spent 92 minutes in the plug's driveway because he wasn't home yet. She had to get the bag. This is struggling. Just don't know left from right. She's not busy, homie.
Tell me your name, age, and where you're from.
I am Kayla. I'm 30 years old and I'm from California, Anaheim.
Okay, and what do you do for a living?
I'm an OnlyFans creator.
Okay, and tell me why'd you end up in your balloon?
So, but I just feel like I can tell you're like in a lot of girls' DMs. I can sense it.
Actually, you're wrong, baby. I don't go in DMs.
Look at your do.
What that mean?
You look like you'd be in the girls' DMs.
Looks can be deceiving, though. You can never judge a book by its cover, baby.
True, but...
So you are OnlyFans creator, and you worry about him being in the girl's DM. Wow. Whole Friday, yeah? I'm gonna tell you what that is. That's funky whole Friday all day long. You heard it? I heard it loud and clear. Humiliation ritual at its finest. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Since I did 3 dangers with dealing with an unhealed man, here are 3 dangers with dealing with an unhealed woman. Number 1 is she can pull you away from your purpose. When a woman is unhealed, her influence can distract you from a path that God has called you to walk. And instead of leading your household with clarity and conviction, you will find yourself following her impulses, her emotions, and her direction, which will cause you to drift from your God-given purpose because you are not listening to him or following him. You're listening to her and following her. The second danger with dealing with an unhealed woman is she can damage your mental and emotional well-being. An unhealed woman oftentimes wrestles with internal instability. And if she is unstable and you are connected to her, then that has the ability to weigh heavily on your emotional and mental well-being. Because an unhealed woman likes to project her emotions onto someone else, saying they did this to me and they did that to me. Instead of taking accountability for their own emotions, they rather make somebody else responsible for their emotions. And that can be damaging to your mental and emotional well-being because you're trying to do the things to bring peace. You're trying to bring resolution. You're trying to help her stabilize her own emotions, but because she is unhealed, there is no stabilizing that will take place. The third danger in dealing with an unhealed woman is she can disrupt your finances and the order of your home. Because when healing hasn't taken place, she will try to control the dynamics of your house, how the home runs, how money is managed, and how decisions are made. And instead of partnership and alignment, she will operate from fear and insecurity or a desire to dominate, which can lead to financial strain or disorder in the home. This unhealed woman usually finds it easy to diagnose everybody else but herself. She usually has the answers to what you need to do as a man, how you need to function as a man, and how you need to show up as a man. Only an unhealed woman will try to tell you to do that. Ladies, if you see yourself in any of these areas, pray, submit to the altar, allow God to do the work in you so you can begin to heal and grow into the most authentic version of yourself. Fellas, I hope you have taken notes too, so you don't get bamboozled by a pretty face and a nice smile and a nice body, and you ignore the red flags of an unhealed woman.
I like the message because it continues to remind guys that, you don't have to guess about what you need to do, where you need to go, how you need to make things happen. These women, some of them are very dangerous, and they know they're dangerous, and they seek to be dangerous. But you don't have to sit here and allow them to destroy your peace, to ruin your finances, and anything else. This is why men are walking away, because a lot of these modern women are dangerous, unhealed or quote unquote healed and done the healing work. It's all the same.
Feminism, and I've said it on my channel plenty of times, feminism did what barefaced white supremacy could not. Barefaced white supremacy could not destroy us as a black people at our core. It could not. We galvanized in the face of violence, and both political, physical violence, individual violence, group violence. We persevered through the civil rights movement. We persevered through Reconstruction. We persevered through all of those hardships, slavery, even chattel slavery. We persevered through that. Okay. For all its brutality. Okay. They could not do with violence and just overt oppression what they managed to do with feminism in about 50 years.
The moment a woman stops respecting her man, watch what happens to his attraction for her. It doesn't fade slowly, it dies. And here's what nobody tells you about that. Respect is not optional. It's the foundation. A man can handle almost anything except being disrespected by the woman he's chosen. He stops giving freely because why would he pour into someone who treats him like he's not enough? When she stops seeing his effort and his discipline, when she starts taking shots at his character or questioning his decisions in front of others, that's not ego. That is self-preservation. And then she wonders where his affection went. Where did the romance go? Honey, he didn't change. He evolved into what your disrespect taught him to become. You trained him to protect his energy instead of giving freely. That's not punishment. That is chemistry. When respect dies, attraction dies. Every time. Bring back the admiration, bring back the gratitude, or watch him pull back further.
So now Oprah is shocked by the aftermath of estrangement after being one of the biggest voices pushing it for decades. Oprah, the biggest plot twist in the entire family estrangement crisis, while everyone is applauding her for finally discussing estrangement, very few look at the irony and the contradiction. Oprah was one of the strongest voices pushing the normalization of family cutoffs, and not by accident, publicly, repeatedly, and openly. And this started as far back as the 90s. And it continued for decades right into 2025. And look at the trail. She wasn't neutral. She wasn't asking questions. She amplified the very messaging that contributed to millions of parents and children walking away from one another. And now she hosts a discussion with estranged parents and estranged kids and speaking on estrangement like it's some sudden heartbreaking epidemic that she had no hand in shaping, as if she's shocked, as if she's observing the disaster from the outside, as if she didn't help lay the foundation and now picked up a microphone and said, wow, how did this happen? And I'm not saying that we shouldn't talk about estrangement. We need to, clearly and desperately. But let's not rewrite history. You cannot promote cutting off family for so many years, decades, and then come back acting like you're here to fix it. Estrangement isn't entertainment or a trending conversation piece. It's real families, real grief, parents dying without hearing their child's voice. Generations are now breaking, families getting destroyed. And I speak on estrangement because the damage didn't end in these headlines. It lives in people's homes, in empty Christmas seats, and in blocked numbers, and the regret that arrives too late. But let's talk about the truth, not the highlight reel. Let's talk about what repair talks and what that means and what repair actually takes, because that's part that no one teaches you. And that's exactly why I'm here.
I'm going to tell you why we're all single, because there's not enough mix to go around for everybody. That's exactly why we're all single. These men are holding on, hoping and wishing that they get them a biracial girl or a non-black girl to validate their feelings of unworthiness. We're not enough for them because they're not enough for themselves. We're virtually a reflection of who they are, and they don't feel good enough. So they want that color-struck image because it invites them into a room that they feel that regular black girls just can't get them in. That's why we're all single. The men are all holding out for the young, biracial, poster girl that as soon as a man get money, what does he go do? Cat Williams said it best. They go get a weird looking mixed girl. You have to realize that it's not your problem. Them not being enough is going to manifest in everything they do. Their mothers didn't love them well. That's why they're upset with us, because we love our kids well. This is not a personal problem for women. This is a I'm not enough problem for men. They're all waiting on the same girl. Enough of them to go around. So they look at us and they want us to basically feel like we're choosing up because we're not what they typically would want to go for. And their type don't even like them. Those girls are going for the men with money and the basketball players and the football players. So realistically, we're all just unsatisfied because we all have this social media fuel idea of what we all want, when realistically you're not worth that. You're not going to get that, and they hate to hear it. And when it comes to a little black girl, even if she's on her and got her together, because she's not biracial enough, they want her to be happy to be around and take the bare minimum. Why? Because they don't think she's good enough, because they don't feel their mothers were good enough.
I thought my head was going to explode listening to this. First off, you got raptor claws for nails. That's insanity. Second of all, I know a lot of men who like dark-skinned women. I've met black men who prefer darker women than light-skinned. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You go where you are loved. Speaking like this and like talking a whole bunch, making not one little ounce of sense is really bad. I could never imagine having a mindset so skewed, thinking I know everything in the world, and instead of taking accountability. I'm going to be very honest with you. I can see multiple reasons why you're single just by watching this video. One, you don't take care of yourself. I'm talking about weight, and I'm not saying this to be rude. Are there big girls who get loved? Yes, of course. But a lot of guys nowadays want women who take care of themselves and take care of their bodies. 2, you're very judgmental. A lot of guys don't like that. 3, you don't have no self-confidence. Do you think any man's gonna love you when you don't love yourself? You can tell you don't love yourself. The fact that you feel like a biracial woman is better than you, even though no one ever said that but you, is sad. And the fact that you spin this narrative in your head to make it seem that way when there's a lot of black men who love black women. I'm also not saying this to be rude. I know a lot of black men who love big girls. And I know a lot of men who want girls who are more athletic. So it could be a hit or miss with you. I've seen big girls get loved a lot, but when they have personalities like this and a mouth like yours, they're not going to get loved. You got to pick a struggle. You can't be big and mean, big and slow. You got to choose which one. And a lot of girls are going to go, oh, well, Taylor, you're being rude. No, I'm not. I'm being honest. She's critiquing other people and trying to put biracial women in there all because she feels low about herself. What do you want me to do? Come on here and lie? A lot of you guys have this perception that I have to talk how you want me to talk. A lot of you guys have this thing where I have to speak however you want when that's not how I feel. Excuse me, if you have a lot to say, you create a platform and let's see how many people tune in and watch you. I'm not saying I'm always right. I'm going based off of the facts that I see in front of me. And if you think men don't like you, maybe there's something in the dating game you are doing wrong. I'm not saying everything she's doing is wrong, y'all, but the bitterness is the reason why a lot of women are single today. And I'm not going to say just black women. A lot of women are single because of the bitterness. You're not happy. You don't exude peace. You don't exude anything besides negativity. What guy is going to want to go, you know what? Let me take care of that. When you act like you know it all and you act like you're perfect and you act like you're the smartest person in the room, nobody's going to want to be around you. Tell me I'm wrong now. You'll go ahead and see the comments under this and go see what every single man is saying. But of course, if you don't respect men, you're going to think, oh, they're just saying that. Are there some self-hating black people? Yes, there's self-hating people in general. It's not just black people. I don't know what it is with some women where accountability is like your guys' kryptonite, but that is ruining you guys a lot. Sometimes you got to look within and figure out what you're doing wrong to get you a better understanding so you can find a partner. If a partner is what you're looking for, maybe you should fix some things about you. And another reason why I think a lot of women are single in today's generation is the entitlement. I think you guys have this perception that you know everything about men and you really don't. The women who hate men always have a big paragraph PowerPoint essay about a man and they're always dead wrong. Do you think a man's going to want to be read to filth instead of a woman asking questions to try to understand him? I also think that a lot of you guys don't understand men's mental health. I think that you guys go jumping the gun to think negative before positive. I also think that a lot of you guys expect men to do all these things for you while bringing nothing to the table. I can just imagine if she has a mindset like this, if I was to ask her, what are some 3 qualities about yourself that you can provide to a man? I guarantee you her answer would be, I don't need to bring nothing to the table with her raptor nails. I already know it. And then what makes you think a man's going to want to be with you? If you're not easy to be around, nobody's going to want to be around you. That goes for any race. I'm not making this a black issue because I can't stand this. I think a lot of women are entitled nowadays. I think a lot of women have a problem with submission. I think a lot of women have a problem with understanding how men are. I think a lot of women don't really want love. I think they want the benefits of a man, but they don't really want to be with one. Why? Because a lot of you guys want to do the bare minimum for a man who's supposed to do all these things for you. I don't get it. And then she's saying stuff about light-skinned women or biracial women, being with men or whatever because we'll do the bare minimum or vice versa. That's not always true. A lot of us have high standards as well, too. A lot of us have things. But in my opinion, my standards can be high as a biracial woman because I know I provide a lot. I know what I have to offer. I'm not out here just going, he has to pay my bills and this and that. You'll never catch me in a video ever saying that. I'm a sweetheart. I can cook. I come from a great family that actually has marriages. A lot of my friends are married. I don't have a skewed perception. I also am not a follower. I'm a leader. I also have a lot of stuff to bring to the relationship besides my pee-pee. You see what I mean? And if somebody asks me, hey, Tay, like, what kind of dishes do you make? I'm able to show them pictures. Hey, Tay, what do you bring to the table? I'm not going to go, man, why'd I got to tell you that for? Well, if someone's going to love you, shouldn't they know the ins and outs of you? A lot of you guys are going to get mad at me for saying this, but sometimes you have to look within. If you really want to do better in life, whether it's excelling in a relationship, friendship, whatever, sometimes you have to look within. Maybe it's the person you are that's making the people you're attracted to run from you. I'm sorry to be rude and I don't want to be disrespectful because I think a lot of women have a lot of potential, but that's the problem. Men ain't dating for potential no more. It's either you come as a good woman or you come as a woman ready to fix your stuff or you get left. That's just how it's going. There's women out here ready to cook, clean, and suck, and you're over here complaining about stuff when that's not even true. There's a lot of black men and there's a lot of men in general who would love to date women in general, but I think they're just tired of this type of crap. Again, look at the comments later and you will see how men really feel. But if you don't give up about men, you're not going to care about that. Who is it better in this world to ask about relationships and men than a man? And a lot of the times, if you guys go and ask men things, you don't even want to hear what they have to say. So then how can anybody help you if you miss know-it-all, miss independent? All right, Miss Raptor Claus, there ain't nothing I got to say.
And I know you're probably confused, just like I am, as to where these modern women continue to get these silly theories and the things that they say. But they don't need to make sense. These theories just have to be verified by one person. It doesn't have to be anybody close to them. It could be some random bot on Instagram or TikTok, and they'll throw it out there as if it's truth. Happens every single time. Modern women will go online and say some of the dumbest stuff. Nobody checks them. Nobody says, hey, please don't say that. Well, let me back up, because men will say that. Men will say, hey, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, you're man. You're misogynistic. You're mansplaining. I don't want to hear you. I don't want to talk to you. Let me listen to some of the ladies. Let me talk to some of the women. No, the men are right. This doesn't make any sense. Oh, really? Well, let me get off of this platform and go to another one. And they'll continue to do that same thing over and over again until they find the platform that will agree with them in their dumb takes.
Quickest way to lose 10 pounds.
Go through his phone again. Last time you did that, you couldn't eat. Y'all are going up and down the stairs. If that man told you to go up and down, you would. We shouldn't be using the same washcloth for our face and ass. You listen better when your hair is not done. And some of y'all done heard this before too. Interlock your fingers and put your hands behind your head. Because I train people that are cops and they told me they done pulled people over like you. Drinking and driving. Whatever you ain't supposed to be with. They done told me. Turn your location off, knowing your friend's gonna check it. What happened to your location? I don't know, girl. You at that nigga house. You hot? It's hotter than hell, you keep lying. You ain't got no job or responsibilities. Go grab heavier dumbbells. These are not the monkey bars. Let's go. My generation don't grill no more. Y'all just light the hookah up. Niggas invite you for a cookout, ain't shit lit but the hookah. Priscilla, count it out loud. I'll count it in Spanish if you have to. Ocho, nueve. You ain't here looking like a Valentine's Day card. Run to the line. And listen, ain't nothing wrong with taking a shower before the gym too. Anybody come in here stinking, I'm charging your card on file. You're like, what is this fee? Don't come in here stinking like that. During the summer, 2 showers a day minimum.
That's your favorite number this week?
What?
30? Everything's 30. 30 pipe. 30 Avril. 30.
Shut the hell up and do your workout.
You shut the hell up.
What's your question? Is the whole workout outside? I don't know. You was outside last night and had no problem with it. We would have been done by now, but we ain't listening. Keep going. Darren, unless you're a giraffe and are going to grow another 8 inches, that's too high. You need a liquid IV and a nap. You've been drinking too much, like somebody's uncle. Your hair was in a ponytail already. Let's go. You put it in a ponytail for a break. You're not low.
I need a little break, Leonard. Catch my breath. You know.
Sound caught to me. Get under the bar.
You didn't take my advisement for gentle training.
You're not my counsel. I don't have to take advice from you.
Winter coming. Pick your favorite liar, snuggle up.
Snuggling up with your favorite liar is crazy.
We've all been there. Don't act like that.
You're saying that weird word a lot, like you French. Woman in Luba, you do for a win.
Oopsie.
Slow down. That was your warm up. How do you feel?
I'm tired.
You ready to go?
Go home.
Well, you can't. Take care of that plate, just like y'all do when y'all leaving somebody's house on Thanksgiving. You looking left and right like you was crossing the street. Put the weight on the bar and let's move.
Y'all want to know something that I've done to men that I will never, ever regret? Years ago, I was dating a guy for like 6 to 8 months, right? During those 6 to 8 months, he called me to tell me that he lost his job. I was like, okay. I waited 2 hours. I said, hey, let's meet up for a drink or something to eat or something like that. And he was like, okay, yeah, sure. As soon as we get to the spot, I look him dead in the face and I said, hey, it's not going to work out between us. And he was like, what? Are you being serious? And I was like, yes, I am. He was like, why are you breaking up with me? Is it because I don't have a job? And I was like, funny you said that. That's exactly why I'm breaking up with you. And then he goes, wow, you are a gold digger. And I was like, yeah, you really are a broke. So look at us. And he was like, wow, you really gonna leave me over me not having a job? Like I'm not gonna go get one? And I was like, no. And he tried to make me feel bad that I was breaking up with him because he no longer had a job. And I was like, I do not care. The fact that you even thought that I was going to be your fixer is crazy to me, is wild to me. The fact that you even wanted to tell me that information without just going out there and getting a job and being like, hey, by the way, I got a new job instead of, hey, I lost my job is crazy to me. So therefore, I want no part in it. I don't want to know your sad story. I don't want to be Captain Save. No, none of that. None of that. That's something you call and tell your parents. You tell your homeboy. You tell your friend. You don't tell me. I don't care. That's not my problem. All I hear is, hey, I'm going to start being cheap and mean to you. That's what I hear when you say, I ain't got a job. And guess what? I run on the first red flag, baby.
I'm going to give you 3 signs that your woman hates you. Not like hates you. Number 1, and this is a big one. Don't let it slip your mind. Oh, she's just stressed. No. Listen to me very carefully. If your woman is never sober around you, always drinking, always smoking, always partying, she hates you. She hates you. That's a coping mechanism. Just to tolerate you. Listen to me. Number 2, and this is pretty obvious. When there's always an excuse for you to make plans and things like that, she makes an argument. There's always an excuse. She don't want to go with you nowhere. She don't want to do this. She don't want to do that. She don't like you, bro. Because a woman that's truly in love with you always want to be around you. Some women gonna eat me up for this one, but when she go through your phone and try to find any reason to leave you, she's just trying to find something, bro. Leave!
A TikTok video seen around the world landing the person who posted in an Oswego courtroom today.
A DoorDash driver showing a naked customer accusing him of harassment, but getting arrested herself. 2 months later, she's facing the charges. News Channel 9's Andrew Donovan was there for her arraignment.
The Oswego City judge allowing News Channel 9 to record the proceedings. The first look at 23-year-old Olivia Henderson outside her popular TikTok page.
Some of the claims that she had made on social media after the fact were not in fact true.
Investigators determined the man, drunkenly unconscious on his couch, did nothing wrong. But he found out lewd images of him were published for thousands of TikTok users to see. So police criminally charged Henderson with 2 counts related to unlawful surveillance. Court documents accuse her of recording, quote, intimate parts without consent when he had a reasonable expectation of privacy. For as talkative as she's been on TikTok until now, she had nothing to say while leaving the courthouse.
So once again, society has proved that they've learned nothing from Johnny Depp, nothing from Inquisitor Ghost, who killed himself live on TikTok because there was false allegations made against him that he was a sexual predator. Out of all the Emmett Tills, we've never learned, because when she came online and made these allegations, everybody just believed her. This man got doxxed, his heat-seeking moisture missile all over the internet. He lost his job. This man's life was destroyed before a proper investigation was done. And at the end of the day, oh my gosh, to come to find out, she's actually the one that catches the felony. Why can't we learn? A woman makes an allegation, a very serious one. Don't investigate. Just believe her. Society wants us to be this stupid when it comes to just believe all women, and men get ostracized. Their lives get ruined. Well, I'm not stupid. I'm sorry. I believe in the innocent until proven guilty. I believe in using my eyes and not just my brain because I have some trauma and a Medusa tattoo because Kyle in grade 6 cheated on me. I'm not just going to believe all women because time and time again, they have proved that they lie. And when they do this, it gives serious harm to the victims who do need help. It does nobody any good. But when I call it out, I'm a misogynist.
And this is the type of dumb decisions that modern women continue to make, and they continue to expect people to cover for them. I know we continue to say that we don't call women losers enough, but we also don't put them in jail enough. We also don't hold them accountable enough. We all know good and well that along with this situation, modern women put their hands on men at an alarming rate. But they never get held accountable or thrown in jail, and they keep on doing it. Well, you know, she's not that strong, or, oh, she really didn't hurt you. There's nothing that she really did. And nobody ever gets held accountable. So I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to do the same thing because nobody's holding me accountable. I'm going to walk in here, and I'm going to film this man, then I'm going to post it online. I want you to understand something. Not only did she walk up there after talking about I fear for my life, she walked up there, delivered his food. Oh, shoot, he doesn't have any clothes on. She should have walked away, and that should have been the end of the interaction. That was weird. Hey, DoorDash, it seems like this man was naked when I delivered his food. I don't think that's right. What do? Let DoorDash handle it. But instead, she decided to take matters into her own hands, commit a crime which she has to stand trial for, in which she turned around, went back up there, didn't snap a photo, but recorded a whole video. And then not only did she do that, instead of maybe, okay, we send that photo or that video to DoorDash, she posted online on TikTok. What do you I would be inclined to say that it's not revenge adult content, if you get what I'm saying, but it could fall underneath that umbrella. I don't know the specific term for what they're charging her for, which she's going to get in trouble for, but that's what it's coming off as to me. What a loser. What did you think that was going to happen? And then we have another woman that has pepper sprayed another couple's food. And it's not like she's doing it in private. She didn't do it in her car. She walked up to the door, set the food down, pulled out the pepper spray, and sprayed it in their food. They bring the food inside. They eat it. They notice something is wrong. You know that you can be put in, if they would have been poisoned, you would have been on the hook for murder. For murder. And it would have been premeditated. Stupid. You might have gotten, depending on what area of the country you live in, the death penalty. Do you think about what you're doing? And then we have another idiot woman who gets online. I'm telling you, we don't call women losers enough. She gets online and she decides, oh, instead of delivering her DoorDash, I'm going to deliver her Sprite and not her seafood boil. Oh, and not only am I not going to deliver it, I'm going to post online of me eating a seafood boil. Two things are at play here. Modern women are out here stealing folks' stuff, and this just proves it. They're stealing, they're begging, they're broke. And then they post it online for clout. Ooh, look what I got. People found her stupid behind. As soon as the woman said, hey man, this DoorDash person stole my food. This is her name. The internet went to work and found her. She tried to delete and block people, make another page. First off, why would you make another page when you're under heavy fire and scrutiny? Made another page, they found that one. Tried to do the same thing, they found that one. They continued to find her pages. Like I said, we don't call modern women losers enough. That is loser behavior. I don't know why you'd think that you'd be able to do that and get away with it. Stop acting like that.